So we're going to start off here. This is going to kind of go one thing. Carolyn, 73 slides, but you'll notice Mike talks faster than a car salesman. Okay. So let me just give you a real quick intro. We'll dig right into this. And the reason I wanted to know whether or not you know Mike or not is I actually met Mike through you guys, our team. Someone in here said, you really need to check this guy out. He's competing with you. He's stealing all your stuff. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. We're so we had a chat, and that's not true anyway, by the way. But we got to be really, really, really good friends. And one of the interesting things about Mike is that he actually has another job that he just started up recently, and he's a real locksmith. Mike, when's the last time you broke into a house or a car?
Yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday. Okay.
Yeah.
And
yesterday.
where do you get all your leads from? Your own system, right?
Yeah, it's just the same setup that we use for all of our bigger businesses.
Yeah.
I just I do that job because I feel like a criminal, but it's not illegal.
Yeah, it's not legal. So when you and I chat, and I just want to let everybody know, Mike and I chat dozens of times a week. We're just really kind of camaraderie. We have a camaraderie relationship. We do have a lot of similar stuff, but we just want to get good stuff out and see people do well. So we don't really think of ourselves as competitors. So what I want to go over here real quick is that Mike has a real world business, and he uses this system to generate it. And when he showed it to me the other day, I was like, dude, we got to show it to our group. So the question that I have, Mike, is how many other people in the entire world have seen what we're about to see today in the form in which you've created it?
Who can actually see the whole thing from start to finish and understand the actual concept? Not many at all. Very, very few. Less than 50. And I've been speaking to quite a lot of people about this.
Right.
It just, yeah, no, not many at all.
That's your private group, but you've never really done this presentation. So my point to you guys is what we're going to see today has been designed specifically for the program and designed for our group and knowing what we do. And I'm just not going to keep rambling on. So Mike, take it over, man.
Yeah, wicked, nice one, Patrick. Cheers, mate. Yes, nice to meet you all or to see you all again. I know I'm seeing some familiar faces in there straight away. I've seen Tim Judge is in. He seems to be on every single presentation I do. So
Tim's a Webby junkie. He's got you. He's got me. I think we're all on his Rolodex. It's like, okay, here's another one. Here's another one.
Yeah, Tim's always there. I can see quite a few names that I know on here. But basically, what I want to introduce you all to today, and some of you will know about it, some of you won't. Is the hybrid lead generation business model. Now, not only am I a locksmith, I do quite a lot of other things online, own a few software companies, do bits and bobs here and there. So it's not what I do, but I like the locksmithing. I like the real world. I like going out meeting people. So it's not, I don't go out and do that job for the money. I go out and do that job because it's great fun. You turn up, you're kind of the savior. You break into someone's house, you don't get locked up for it. And the same situation with cars. I love picking locks. So, but yes, basically what it is today is what I've found in this industry, and I've been doing this for maybe 10 plus years now, especially in the lead generation industry. And there's two main sectors to the industry, which I find are rank and rent and pay per lead. Now, they both have the pluses and the minuses. Obviously, rank and rent. Just before we move on, does everybody know what rank and rent is? Is people doing rank and rent on here? Does everybody know what pay per lead is? Just let me know you do. Yep. One. Yep. Right. So we've got quite a lot of people. Yes. Right. So everybody understands. We've got a few no's. Can you explain? I've got a few people saying that as well. So I will go through that. What I'll do is I won't skip any of the bits where it just goes to the basic level. But basically, the two business models. One of them runs it gives you a consistent weekly or monthly income, and you can rely on it, and you can bet your house on it, and it's very rare that you lose a customer, which is rank and rent. But basically it's very, very difficult to then scale that up to maybe 50, 40, 50, 60, 70 grand a month without having hundreds of websites. And then the other one is the pay-per-lead model, which generates a ton of income, but it's not quite as stable. Now, what the hybrid lead generation business model enables you to do is kind of stick them both together. Patrick?
Yes, sir.
I was going to ask Patrick, do you want to mute that finger set, mate? Because I can hear, I don't know what's going on from your end, but I'm getting loads and loads of feedback.
I'm just muting.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so basically the hybrid lead generation business model is designed to bring both of these together and let them work like in synergy. Okay, it's hybrid. It's a hybrid chunker, and it enables you to have the solidarity that you've got with a rank and rent business, but also generate the income that you get with the pay-per-lead model. So it kind of brings the best parts of both business models together, sticks them together, and enables you to run that. So you kind of almost understand what it is, right? Does anybody know what lead generation is? Anyone just give me a quick answer, because I've put together my understanding of lead generation. Yeah, explanation. I've got loads and loads of yeses there, guys. What do you think it is? I'm just getting yeps and yeses. I'm going to move up. Right, so basically what I see lead generation as, finding the money. There we go. Scott's just put one in. I see running a lead generation company as running a business with no product, no service, no fulfillment, no stock or storage, unlimited sales, 100% profit, and almost no risk whatsoever to you. Okay, it's super profitable. It's super easy to do, and if you get the structure right, you make an absolute ton of cash. And that's why anyone who's not in the lead generation industry and the way it's growing should be, because it's growing really fast, and obviously we're getting more and more people all the time involved. Now, for everybody who comes on here today, I can't go through every single angle of this today on the presentation. What I'm going to give you all is access to a brand spanking new 2020 training course that's going to be going up for sale next few days for $297. What's going to be covered in there is starting out in lead generation, rank and rent, pay-per-lead model, choosing your niche, best way to choose your niche, how to find the profitable niches, and choosing the locations and understanding what you need to know about the location before you jump into it. Also, it's going to then go through the site framework and building your website. Now, if any of you was on the Network Empire presentations with either me or Patrick recently, because we both did something similar with Matt, you understand that the site framework and building a site is very important if you want to build a long-term structure for the website to rank, and they will rank without backlinks and stuff like that. And then what I also go through is there's on-page SEO and off-page SEO training included in the training course. Now, this is not comprehensive. This is not like something I'd spotted one of our members who I think is a really good SEO a minute ago. Let me see if I can find him, like Terry Powell would provide. But this is something which will help you guys that don't really know what you're doing, or that know what you're doing but need to know exactly what to do to go from website that you've just built and it's not ranking to ranking and creating tons and tons of traffic and stuff like that. Okay, so the on-page SEO side and the off-page will give you everything you need to know to succeed in 99% of industries and make a lot of money in this. Next is going to go through the GMB tricks and how to get GMBs. A lot of people are still going out and getting GMBs from third parties, and they don't last 2 or 3 weeks. Has anyone experienced that? You buy a GMB and it's gone in a month. We built a full network for the whole UK of 120 and then lost about 60 of them because we didn't change the passwords, which was an amateur mistake. Yep, yes, I'm getting a few yeses in there. Okay, so this GMB shows you how to get them and keep them long term. Okay, then we're going to go into why Lead Simplify. Now, Lead Simplify is like the hook that we use that holds all of it together. It holds the hybrid lead generation business model together. Super cheap, but it's absolutely brilliant when you see what it can do and how it works. And then also there's some training on there to tell you how to start renting out your websites. So if you want to start renting out your websites, I show you. I'm going to go through some of this today in today's presentation, but it goes into it in more details there and how to convert a non-buyer into a buyer really easy, and make sure that you back them into a corner so they've got no get out clause. And I'll go through that a little bit more today. Then spread like a wave. So if you imagine a wave hitting the shore, you spread your business that way, then you're kind of holding it together for the hybrid lead generation business model. Outsourcing you, which means stop working for the business, hence why I can go out and do lock jobs and then either sell or retire or rinse and repeat, whichever you prefer. Okay. Now, everyone on, I can see we're getting loads of yeses, nos, and answers when I'm speaking to people. But if the people, if you're on Facebook or Twitter or phones or emails, if you could just pop them off for the next half an hour. Nobody's seen this model before. Nobody's seen this model before. This model is brand new. It's never been done before. It's going to become super, super, super popular. And if you're one of the first people in who starts using it, then your lead generation business is going to get a better ground and a better footing than what everybody else is doing. So I would just ask you to chuck the phone in the bin and switch off Twitter and Facebook and that just for the next half an hour or so. It's not a really long presentation. Do you need GMBs for this to work? I've just been asked on there by Tracy. If people pop questions in as well, if you put 3 question marks at the start, because I'll go through all the questions and everything at the end in case I miss them. Done. Nice one, JP. Cool. Okay, quite a few people saying, yep, we're off, right? Do we need GMBs for this to work? They're not essential, but GMBs generate a lot of free traffic. So why you wouldn't have them, I don't know. And the way that I get the GMBs, it's very, very simple, very, very easy. And we tend to hit them first because if you get your GMB first, you can set the rest of your stuff up around your NAP information, which is your name, address, and phone number. That's all in the course, so I won't go into any in-depth information with that at the minute. And today I want to make you an offer. So, and the reason I'm saying this at the beginning is that obviously I'm going to make you an offer. That's why I'm on a presentation. I hate it when I sit on a presentation and I'm thinking to myself, shit, this looks like it really going to work. This is pretty cool, and I actually want to buy it. And then I'm thinking to myself, is it going to be 997? I hope it's 697. Yeah, I hope even more it's 297, because I'm sitting there thinking I definitely want to buy it, but I'm hoping they're not going to take $1,000 out of my pocket. And then I missed the second half of the presentation because I'm thinking about the price. So basically, it's not going to cost you 997, 100%. Definitely won't cost you 497. Okay. What I'm going to offer you today is not going to cost 297. Not going to cost you $97. Okay. So can everybody afford less than $97? I'm actually going to make an offer to you today for just $19.99. Okay. So can everybody afford that? It's the same as you pay for a packet of fags. You do call cigarettes fags in the States, don't you? I just realised what I said. Less than a packet of cigarettes. Sorry. 1999.
I'll take it. Where's the buy link? Just shut up and sell me. Get my money. Tim says, here's my credit card as usual.
Yeah. Can I have 2 of them? I've got in there. Let's go. Yes. Right. So everybody can afford it. Right. Now, the reason I've done it this way around is what I see on a lot of presentations is people turn up and they try and take you 997 off you. And then 20% of the people make money out of it and 80% of the people never do. The only way I'll ever make any more money out of you than the 1999 that you would be investing today is if you're successful with the model, is if the model works, the model grows your business, you start generating more income from it, and your business gets bigger. That's the only way I'll ever make any money. And that's why the reason I'm doing it so cheap is so people can get in, get using it, figure out the model and start growing the businesses. And I will make more money out of it in the future. I'm not going to get rich taking 1999 off of 50 people, but I will make a lot of money off people going down because this works. That's crazy. Don't have the money for it. Let me check under the couch. Get a few years. People are even laughing at me here, like, why are you doing a presentation for $20? Guys, it's not about the money, this. I actually want people to get involved. People have probably seen a lot of my presentations in the past, and a lot of them have been 997s. But this this strategy is just amazing. It just works brilliantly. So I'm not bothered about taking the money today. Okay, this is like a first date and we're just going for McDonald's. I want to help people get through and generate this and grow the businesses with this, and it really does work. Okay, so it's not about making money today. It's just about people saying, okay, I'm interested. I want to make this work. Let's do it. Okay, now I want the people who don't understand lead generation, first of all, the people who don't have sold. I'm getting quite a few solds already. Right, the people who don't understand ranking rent and lead generation. When you imagine that you buy an asset for $10, yep, you give it a little bit of love, give it a cuddle, give it a kiss, and TLC, and then you sell it for 100 times its original cost, or you rent it out for 100 times that every single month. Okay, then using the hybrid lead generation business model, you can 10x your income again just by losing your customers.
Right.
Okay.
Losing customers? Who wants to lose customers?
Well, this is the key, right? The most profitable part of your business, once you, don't get me wrong, you've got to do the work at the beginning. You've got to set it up and get it right. But once you start losing customers, which happens to everybody, your income won't go down, your income will go up. And you'll understand this more by the end of the presentation. So the situation you're in is you will end up generating more money every time you lose a customer. You'll end up being more profitable and making more money. Okay, and when I show you exactly how this works, you're all going to be like, holy shit, that really does work, and I can't believe it does. Right, so if you look at this, what we were talking about a bit before, can you do any of this consistently? Any of this stuff at all? When you can increase the cost of a really cheap asset by 100 times its value, right, and then increase it even more, can you do that consistently with property? Okay, 100 times its value. Gold, crypto. A few might be nodding your heads and saying, yeah, you can. Well, you could with crypto a few years, but you did get away with that. Stocks and shares or land. Okay, the big fat answer is no. The answer is definitely no. And the reason you can't is because if you go and buy some land or a property or gold, for example, which is guaranteed to increase in value most of the time, it's going to take it 10 years to do that. It's going to take it 10 years to increase in value. And you also need a big, massive pile of cash to generate wealth from it. So you're kind of in a situation where you have to invest 250 grand in a property, and maybe in 10 years you'll get 500 grand back. And all of us are getting older. I can feel it every single day when I get up, and as we're all getting older, we don't have 10, 20 years to sit around and wait for our money to increase in value. Okay, and has anybody read this book? Anybody read it? Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Poor people work for money, rich people make money work for them. Anybody read it? I'm getting one still off people there. 11111. Yep. Anybody understand the key message that comes from this book? Message from the book. The guy talks about investing. He talks about his businesses. He talks about yep. Anyone who's not read that book, okay, Rich Dad Poor Dad, you should read that book. It's an eye opener. When I very first started out trying to make money online, this is one of the first books I read. And it's an eye opener. But the key message from the book, the key message that a lot of people might miss even in reading it, who talk about investing and all the rest of it, is the only thing we have in this world that can make us rich are assets that increase in value. Okay, now the assets that increase in value, if you can get an asset that's worth a tenner today and it's worth £1,000 a month in 3 to 6 months time, then that's probably your fastest appreciating asset that you can get anywhere on the planet. I don't think there's much else out there that you can invest such a small amount of money in, and you invest a little bit of time that will keep giving you those type of returns over and over and over and over again. Okay, so part one is how to build an appreciating asset for about $20. Okay, now the guys that already do rank and rent and pay per lead, this won't help as much for you, but I'll go through this section first. Okay, so can anyone tell me what an appreciating asset is? There we go. Ken's just said, yep, the rich have assets, the poor have liabilities. Exactly. Poor have liabilities. They go and buy sports cars and stuff like that, and boats, Patrick.
And boats. That's not an asset. That's not an asset.
No, I know. That's what I said. He said that the rich have assets, the poor have liabilities, and I said, yeah, like sports cars
and boats, right? And boats, right?
Yeah, they depreciate in value. So yep. I can work with DMT. Someone's asking, yes, of course you can. Increase in value, get more money. Yep. We're getting that. Assets. Go. Yes, exactly. That is exactly what an asset is. I've written a list of most down. So you've got businesses, you've got a workforce. This is probably one of your best earning assets. If you can grow a workforce and give them training and teach them how to do things, and the amount of work they do generates more money for you, then that's probably one of your best assets. Okay, you've got real estate, land, savings, precious metals, gemstones, collectibles, government-sponsored accounts, and personal assets. Okay, so these are the type of assets that we look at, and you think, right, these are the things that we're brought up to believe. If you invest in these and invest in these and grow your wealth over a period of time, but none of us usually start doing it till we're about 40, and then it's kind of a little bit late because we ain't got 50 years to waste waiting for these to make us rich. Okay, so the thing you've got with them type of assets is small gains equals slow wealth. Okay, so like I just said, 10, 20 years, but digital assets are different. Okay, digital assets is the one thing that you can bring in and you can create it, and it'll grow in size and growing wealth very, very, very fast. And the method that we're going to go through today is set in stone. The training course I'm going to give you at the end takes you right from the beginning all the way to the end, but it's completely set in stone. But digital assets are the easiest way to do it now. Can anyone tell me on here, okay, step number 1, the 3 steps to the rank and rent model? Anybody tell it me? What are the 3 steps to the rank and rent? I'll just open a can of beer while you give me your answers.
Build a site, rank the site, rent the site.
Boom. There we go. It is that simple. Patrick's already answered it. Yep, I can see it there. We've got Dave Johnson's the first to answer. Build a website, rank, rent. Exactly. First thing we do is we build a website. Super, super easy. And the training goes through exactly how to do it right the way back from the research and everything else. Second step, and I don't want to go through how to do all that on here today because most of you already know, but I do want to point these simple steps out to a customer. Build, rank, rent. That's it. That is step 1. It's super, super simple, super, super easy. Build, rank, and rent, okay? But the key to it is renting it out. And the key where a lot of people struggle is renting it out. So what you need to know is how to track everything and sell or rent the assets for 100 times your initial cost, okay? But what you first need to understand is that once you have a website, okay, that ranks, you have an asset. And what does Rich Dad Poor Dad guy say? Robert Kiyosaki, I was going to try and do his name. Poor people work for money, rich people make money work for them. And that is exactly what these assets are, okay? These assets are, it's a financial growth that we're working towards, and you can build them very, very quickly. And if you get the streamlined setup, you can do it really, really quick, really, really fast, okay? But the thing is, the problem we've got is we only want to sell them to the best companies, all right? We only want to sell these to the best companies. So the problem we've all got is you're in the situation where, just let me get a swig of my beer.
Wait a minute, there's no alcoholic beverages at this time of day.
Mate, it's not our time of day, it's night time for me.
Oh, that's right.
It's tea time anyway. I'm allowed a beer, I'm English. We never stop drinking. But no, we only want to sell to the best companies. So the problem we've all got in all of our businesses, or we only want to sell to the best customers, should I say, is that you don't know what your customer, who your customer is, before you sell to them. So you're in a situation where people have probably heard of the 80-20 principle. Anyone tell me what the 80-20 principle is? Gin and tonic. Go on, Tim. It's just kind of like
80% gin, 20% tonic.
Exactly. And throw the tonic on the floor and neck the gin. No, the 80-20 principle. Basically, there we go. Pareto, someone's popped in. 80 produces the most. It's the other way around, but yes, 80% of your people generate 20% of your wealth, and 20% of your people generate 80% of your wealth. And the 80% end up being a headache. And what they say is you're better off to sack the 80%. But the situation that we're in most business models is it's impossible to find the 20% without going out and testing and finding new customers. But in the rank and rent industry, it's super, super easy to find the top 20% very, very quickly without ever going after them. The 80% are paying in the asses, and it's one question. Okay, so the one question you need to ask to your customers when you're going to start renting out the sites is this: what's your conversion percentage? But it works like this. So let's say you've got a solar site, solar panel site, and it's generating 10 calls a week. So you're speaking to your customer and you're asking a question: if we was to give you 10 calls a week, what is your conversion percentage? How many customers will you get out of it? Now, if that guy turns around and says, or girl turns around and says to you, I don't know, I actually don't know the answer, then you want to turn around and say to that customer, okay, no problem, we can't do business. See you later. Put the phone down. They're the 80%, right? Now, if anyone's seen Only Fools and Horses, Del Boy, he's a market trader. I don't know if it's big in the States, it's huge in the UK, but he's a market trader. He's one of these guys that runs around and every morning he wakes up and how are we going to make money today type of attitude. And they're not the customers you want, right? If you go to another company, speak to the next company, and you ask them the exact same question, what is we've got a site that's generating 10 calls a week and I'm using 10 because otherwise the figures start getting stupid, but you say, we've got a site that generates 10 calls a week in your industry. How many customers would that bring into your business? What would your conversion percentage be? And the customer turn around and say, well, probably 20% of our calls comes in from marketing agencies and marketing companies. The other 4 to 6 of those will probably come from people looking for quotes for insurance or seeing if they can afford it, or they like the idea, so they're just getting quotes, and then we probably get 2 customers out of it. And then you're like, right, cool, that's the type of customer you want. They're the type of customers you want to deal with. Because step number 2 is then, how much is your average job? And you'll understand this in step 3 as to why we're asking these questions. How much is your average job value? So if we're looking at solar, I would imagine he's going to turn around and say maybe 6 to 10 grand. Okay, so you sit there and you turn around and you say to him, okay, that's absolutely awesome. So you're going to convert 20% of your jobs, 6 to 10 grand a job. Okay, so let's meet in the middle, and we'll say it's going to generate 8 grand. So he's then giving you the information. So you turn around and say, so if we give you 10 absolutely perfect calls specific for your business this week, you're telling me you should generate around about 16 grand from those calls. Is that right? Okay, well, he's just giving you the information, so we can't turn around and say no. So then you turn around and you work out the month, and you turn around and you say, okay, so if this website was to generate 40 perfect calls for your business today, it's worth 64 grand a month to your business. Sounds about right? Yep. And he's like, yeah, if they were perfect calls. So if I was to turn around and offer you this website for 2 grand right now, 2 grand a month, that's going to be a steal for your business, isn't it? Now, this is where he's going to start getting nervous. And at this point is where he starts getting nervous, because he doesn't know you from Adam, and he does not want to give you 2 grand today, right? So you just want to get it across to him the price of the business. So this is going to cost you 2 grand a month, okay, and it should generate 64 grand as long as it does what it says on the tin. Then you turn around and it's like, do not panic. You interrupt him again and say, do not panic. I'm not going to ask you to give me 2 grand today. Don't worry, I'm not going to ask you for a single penny. What I'm going to ask you to do is take a 7-day free trial. So what I want to do is I want to give you a 7-day free trial on this website, and if this generates 10 calls in the next 7 days for your business, and you generate some money, which you should generate £16,000 for your business, or $16,000 for your business, you're now in a situation where you've already just paid for the website for nearly a full year. Does that sound fair? Okay, you've already backed him into a corner. He's not got to agree to anything today. And then what you do is you turn around and you say, right, let's sign up, let's get everything set up, let's get you added to the website, let's do the paperwork today. And what will happen is we'll sign it up today. You'll start your 7-day free trial today, and in 7 days, the money will come out. If for any reason the site doesn't convert and it isn't making you money, all you need to do on the 6th day is just cancel. You cancel, we'll take you off the site, no harm done, and we'll speak to other businesses in the area regarding it. Does that sound fair? You've ascertained straight away that he's one of your 80-20 guys, and you've also then given him a free trial, which sets him up so he can't really say no, because you're not asking him for any sort of commitment on that day. You're asking him to sign up to a free trial, and if he makes money, he then continues. He's always in front. Okay, so this strategy works really, really well. It's really, really simple. Really, really simple to do, and you only need to track 2 things. But one of the key things I've noticed in the rank and rent industry is people don't know the worth. So what they do is they run around and they're renting out sites for $50, $90, $100 a month, and silly numbers like that, because they don't get the correct information from the business. Okay, and so what happens is they'll rent it out for maybe $200 a month, and then the customer will come and chip him a week later, and he'll say to him, I really can't afford that. We'll use the solar panel guy. He'll come to me and he'll say, Mike, I can't afford 2 grand this month. I'm really skint. I've had a few problems. Business is not going well. And it's like, right, no problem at all. Let me have a look. Maybe it's our fault. Maybe it's because of us that this has happened. Let me go and have a look. So then you go and look, and you can see that obviously the site's 3 months older than when he started, or 2 months, or whatever it is. And you can look and you can see he's had 15 calls this week. All you need to see is that this guy's had 15 calls this week. And then you turn around and you say, okay, well, I can see you've had 15 calls this week. That potentially should have generated you 24 grand if you convert in at 20%, like we said, and its average job is 8 grand a job. Is there something wrong? Would you like to move over to the pay per lead model? Right? And this is at the point where he'll face a light up and think, all right, so I only pay for the leads. No problem at all. We charge $200 a lead. Now, it's different in each one. You have to do the equation quickly, but we only charge $200 a lead. He's going to do the math in his head and think, right, I've had 15 calls this week. That would have actually cost me 3 grand, because he will have earned the 24 grand. If he stays as a rank and rent customer, you got no problem at all there. If he decides to jump across into the pay per lead model, obviously, if he buys all the leads, you're going to generate more money. But the hybrid lead generation business model is going to make sure, once we've got all this set up, that you're now earning more money from your website. Okay. So the keys you just need to take from this, the recap for the essentials for this part, is you need to understand that when you get a new customer, you write down the name on a spreadsheet. next to it, you have their conversion percentage that they've confirmed, okay, that they've said, yeah, we do this. You want to make sure they do that. If it's just Dell boys, don't even do business with them, because you're just going to be tied up with people ringing you every month, trying to chip you on price, paying late and ruining all that. And we've also got a way of dealing with late paying customers that actually earns you additional money, which I'll talk to you about soon. And you want his average job value. So anytime he tries to chip you on price or tries to hit you with a reduction, you're in a situation where you can turn around and say to him, well, we know your conversion percentage, we can see how many calls you've had, we know your average job value, you're full of shit basically. But you don't say it that way, you say it very politely, okay? And what you need to do for this next part is you need to set up your lead buyers inside of Lead Simplify for the hybrid lead generation business model. Now, the reason you need to do that is because this enables you to then 10x your income again using the hybrid lead generation business model, okay? And this is the part that I was talking about earlier, when losing a customer becomes the most profitable part of your business. Now, for me to try and explain this, I'm just gonna have a quick look, see if we've got any questions in the side first. Yep, bad company, no selling funnel. Exactly, Andrew, you can't have somebody's sales funnel this time next year, Rodders. You watch only fools and horses, awesome. 7-day free, Mike, to have you offer a template, the 7-day free trial. Everything you need to know about how to do this properly, the full setup, is all in the training course that I'm going to give you completely free of charge at the end. It's not going to cost you a penny. Whether you buy off me today or not, I'm going to give you all the training course, the full training course. This is not pressure sales. There's no point in me doing pressure sales. It's $19.99. I only want people getting involved who can see the potential for this. I'm just going to change my screen over because I need to share my computer screen for this one.
I think there's one interesting question here, and that is, if I target my local area for locksmith and someone else that's using your system, same system, targets the same area for the same company, how does that work?
Well, basically, you're all going to be earning more money than you were before. The situation is, when you're using the hybrid model, if you've got 10 websites covering like a blanket an area, the potential earn, in fact, let me show you on this in a second. Now I'll do the drawing and I'll go through that with you first, because the drawing I'm going to do on this thing explains much better than I can with words. Cool. I just need to go to Google Chrome, I believe.
Well, the reason that I think that's a great question is because the way that your system works and how it goes from, well, you'll show it, but I think that's not a derogatory question, not meant to be derogatory, but in its format, the actual answer is quite interesting.
Yes, the answers are, I mean, when you see how this works, it's a completely new spin on the whole way that pay per lead and rank and rent model works. It's a completely new spin on it all. And the reason I say spread like a wave, and it's explained in the training course in more detail, right? Can you guys see a white screen now? Can everybody see a white screen that I've got up? Just want to wait for a few. Yes, cool. All right, wicked. Yes, why? Yes. Okay, we've got loads of you. You can all see it perfectly. Right. So what I want to show you is, first of all, before we jump on any further, is let's say this was the border of California. Maybe I need to switch my Apple Pen on first. Let's say this is the border of California coming down here, right? And it probably isn't the same shape, right? When I say spread like a wave, imagine a tidal wave coming in here and hitting and spreading across the country, okay? That's how you need to spread your business, and it's explained more in the training course, okay? But I just want people to understand that bit. That's how you need to spread your business for the hybrid lead generation business model, and it shows you about choosing a niche and choosing an industry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put together a load of websites. So let's say we're back on the coast of California. We'll use California coast because it's easy to keep a bit of space, right? So let's say we're choosing areas to do the rank and rent model first of all with 100,000 people or less. Yep. So you're going to get plenty of them all the way across California. So imagine they're all based like this, right? And we'll use Plumber for this example. So let's say these are all websites, by the way, in cities where you're selling your rank and rent business model. Okay, how many have we got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do 8. Let's do 9. Let's do 10. So let's say we've got these people, and obviously this is a very small section of it, but these are all plumbers, right? So every single one of these businesses is patched. Let's say we're being pretty modest. Let's say we're charging $400 a month to rent the site. Okay, so $400 a month, And the reason I put 10 is because then I can add it up easy. So $400 a month, you're in the situation where, and can everybody see my screen being edited? Can you all see that? Where I've wrote $400?
It's too high. Spin it out. There you go.
It is, isn't it? Right there, just let me put that down on the screen. Yeah, you start seeing the bottom of my screen. I think I've made it a little bit too. No, it's not letting me. Oh, there we go. There we go. Now we're better.
Okay.
There we go. Okay, so you're paying $400 a month. So can anyone tell me what happens if you lose 2 customers? It's too high. That's good. Right, cool. We're in. What happens if you lose 2 customers? Yeah. Well, if you've got 10 sites times 400, you're earning $4,000 a month. Yeah. Exactly. You lose $800 a month. Yep.
Dave
You laugh. You do, Schumann. Yes, you laugh. Right. So basically, right. Let's.
Michael, get Dave. He was spot on.
Okay. So we're in this situation now. We've just lost 2 customers. Okay. Now, if you're earning $4,000 a month, now the good thing about earning $4,000 a month from your pay-per-lead business is that's probably enough for a lot of people to say, do you know what? I can afford my healthcare. I can afford my rent. I can afford my car insurance and a few of my bills. That's enough. That's kind of a full-time job wage, but it's a wage. It's not a turnover. No real business could ever survive on $4,000 a month. But if you're doing it as a hobby, then that's kind of enough, okay? But the situation is, like we've all just said, you lose 2 customers. So the situation is now you have just lost 2 customers, so you're earning $3,200 a month. Yep. Right now, so this guy left us. Let's do that one, and this guy left us. Okay. So what happens as soon as they leave us inside of the system? If you've set this up correctly for the hybrid lead generation business model, what will happen with these websites? Rather than having to run around and start renting out these websites, okay, so trying to rent out these websites again, what we do is we flick a switch and it turns them into a pay-per-lead model, okay? So your average lead in the plumbing industry is probably about $25, right? So what we do is we set it up and we flick the switch. Now what happens then, because of the way our system works, it's super clever, and it says to this site, okay, send your leads to this guy, send your leads, because these have all been set up for the hybrid lead generation business model. Send the leads to this guy, send the leads to this guy, not this guy because he's left us, send them to this guy, and maybe them two are probably a little bit far away for this, okay? So what's going to happen is all of your leads automatically are now going to start getting sent to this guy, 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 and to this guy, and they can pay $25 a lead. Now these guys over here are all the ones that are already renting your other website. So when they start asking, where's this coming from? It's our website in such and such an area, and businesses like plumbers and stuff like that travel. So let's be conservative. Let's turn around and say, okay, this site's generating 50 leads a month, and we start selling these on a pay-per-lead basis to our existing customers. Anyone good at maths? Can anyone tell me what 50 times? Yeah, Mike's a true artist. I've just seen him there. Can anyone tell what 25 times 50 is?
Everybody's got that answer.
There we go, 1,250. Okay, so now that's from one website that's generating 50 leads. So you got $1,250, and then you've got another site. So they're both shit sites. They're both doing really bad. They're not generating much in the way of income. They're only generating 50 leads each month. So then you've got another $1,250. Yep. So now you've just gone from earning $4,000. You've lost 2 customers because these leads start going here, 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 and here. Right? What happens is you're now earning $5,650 just from losing 2 of your customers, because you've got your business set up as the hybrid lead generation business model. Now, one of the really cool things is once they leave your business, right, these guys will also still be on your system for the hybrid lead generation business model. So what will happen the second they stop paying, or if they're late with an invoice, you flick the switch, and what will happen is the leads that come from this site will come out and will also go straight back into him, and he'll receive the information of the lead, but he'll have to pay for it just like everybody else. So he'll actually be receiving leads from his own website. So when you get these guys who are an absolute pain in the backside, who don't pay on time, every time they don't pay on time, you flick the switch and then you explain to them, sorry, it's the way our system works. If you've not paid your bill, you don't get your site. And then what happens is the leads start coming out of the site, going back into him, and he has to pay $25 a lead, just like everybody else. Now, if you look at sites like Home Advisor and people like that, companies like that, they sell leads multiple times. Okay, now if you decide to go down that model, and that we do that with a lot of our websites, we sell leads multiple times, not in all industries, but in a lot of industries, especially in industries where it's plumbers, roofers, electricians, joiners, when it's manual trades, because what you get is a lot of rip-off merchants in there. So in that situation, we'd probably sell a lead three times. I used to run quite a big company called 3 Local in the UK. And we used to do a hell of a lot of money, and we used to sell the lead 3 times to give the person 3 local quotes to compare. And then what happens is you get 50 leads at $25 each. You're talking $75 a lead. So you're in a situation then where you're going to be using 3,750 from each of your websites every single month. But you have to spread like a wave, and everything about this is inside the training. So then if you do that twice, you've got 7,500 plus your 3,200. You've actually just generated 10,000. I hope I get this right. $10,700 every single month, which is almost over tripled your monthly income, just because you've got your rank and rent business model set up for the hybrid lead generation business model. And what this enables you to do is go from being in the rank and rent industry and convert over as your customers leave or as your customers become problem payers. It starts to convert you into the hybrid lead generation business model. And in the pay-per-lead industry, it's a lot harder to get into, but people earn a lot more money. Not only that, it also enables you to allow your customers to receive payment, to not buy all of your leads. You don't have to sell every single lead to a single customer. Every time a new customer joins your system, so let's say a guy here, I know it's getting a bit messy now, and a guy here and a guy here joins your system, and he says, yep, I'm a plumber in this area, I'm a plumber in this area. When this guy leaves, even if he's not a rank and rent customer, the leads will also go to him, and he has the same opportunity to buy it as everybody else. You sell it multiple times, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, just like Home Advisor do. Okay, so it sets you up for the hybrid lead generation business model and enables you to 2, 3, 4, 5 times your income without ever. Does everybody get that? Does everybody understand what it is I've just shown you and why this actually works so well? I'm ready. Whoa, tracking that is a nightmare. It's not a nightmare. Tracking my drawing's a nightmare.
Yeah, well,
sorry, I'm not an artist. Yeah. I'm never going to be good at that, but this business model absolutely works. It's absolutely awesome. It just works. Let me move you back over to the presentation and talk you through, because I will go through all questions.
Wait a minute. Take a snapshot of that. Take a snapshot of that picture so you don't lose it.
I'll probably draw that another 50 times in the next few months, because obviously people are realizing this works now. Let me just open this.
Here's a question. Does the contractors bitch about competing for shared leads?
Right, the way you've got to look at it in the pay per lead industry is your contractors are not necessarily, right. A lot of people who run very, very small lead generation companies, because we do over 100 grand a month in lead generation, and have done for the last 6 years, maybe. No, less than that. We were doing about 40-50 grand a month before that. So no, we're probably about the last two to 3 years. It's really, really rocketed, and we're making an absolute fortune doing it. And the reason is because we realized that that the lead buyer isn't your customer. The situation you're in with pay per lead is the lead buyer is just a person that's satisfying your customer. So you're in a situation where somebody comes to your website to get a plumbing job done. Okay, if you sell a lead once, or if they don't get a good service, then you're in a situation where they're never going to come back. So you've just lost a customer for life. They're going to slag you off online. They're going to give you bad reviews, and it's going to be a negative impact for your business. And the lead buyer is going to go off and buy leads from everybody else and take the piss out of customers here, there, and everywhere. And he's never he just doesn't care. Okay. Whereas if you put the customer first, the person that actually wants the job doing, okay. So what happens is they come to your website and they get 3 quotes from 3 local businesses, They're all competing on price. They all know they're competing on price. They can't take the mick. They can't go and charge a customer 45 grand for a $20,000 extension, for example, or something along those lines. So your customer gets a good experience, they get a bargain, they're saying to the friends, wow, yeah, I went onto that website over there, I got this done, I got that done, I got the other done, and it only cost me this much. Absolutely awesome. They leave you good reviews, they talk about your word of mouth, and your business spreads. Then what happens, right? And you will know this, everybody from the States will understand this completely. Everybody hates Home Advisor, or all the lead buyers hate Home Advisor, but where are they all getting most of the jobs from? Home Advisor. The reason being is Home Advisor puts the customer first, not the lead buyer. So don't worry about your lead buyers bitching. If your lead buyers are bitching, they're bitching because they're not willing to work for the jobs and do a proper job. Whereas if you put the customer first and make sure that they get a good deal, everybody wins all around, because once you're generating all the leads, they have no option but to come to you to buy them. It's as simple as that. It really is. And once you go into the hybrid lead generation model training, which I'm going to give you at the end, and you see how we build the single niche PVNs to build up the area and everything else, it's very, very easy. It's very, very profitable. And once you start doing it over a 3 to 6 month period, you can end up with 4 or 5 websites covering one specific area, but you're generating way more leads than a customer can ever take off you, one customer. Doing that for rank and rent probably isn't sustainable for one business on an ongoing basis, right? I think I had, when losing a customer, yeah, okay. It says draw some pictures on my presentation, so I didn't forget. Right, so I just want to go through with you guys again the full process, and anyone's got questions, like I said, I will go through and answer questions at the end. The full process. Can anybody tell me what the full process is? Ken's just put great answer. It's true, mate. I've been doing this a long time now in this industry.
The full process of rank and rent, is that what you're asking?
Yep. What's the full process of what we've just gone through today? Rank, sell, leads. Yep, we're almost there, Dave. Basically, guys, build, rank, rent, and there's only one more step. The final step that massively increases your income and how much money you're going to make and how successful you're going to be with this whole process. Convert to hybrid. That's it. It's those 4 steps. That there is a screen that you should take a screenshot of, because that is the whole process. Build, rank, rent, convert to hybrid. The only thing you need to remember in addition to that is stick to your niche, pick a niche and dominate the whole industry, and spread like a wave. Spread like a wave across the whole thing. Now, like I said earlier, I've got an offer for you guys today, and those who buy during the presentation, I'm going to give you some bits of extra stuff, some bits and freebies and stuff like that. And it's one of those it's one of those offers where if you cancel, you keep all the free stuff, but we would obviously limit the access. I mean, remove access to the software. So what's inside the software? Okay, what you get inside the software. So inside of our software is Lead Simplify. Okay, so Lead Simplify, you get 4 user logins. And if you don't want to see a little bit at the end what this does and how it works, I'll go through and show you some examples. But you're going to get 4 user logins. That means you get yourself and 3 hybrid lead buyers, meaning you've got the setup that you can set these people up on a rank and rent. But if you want to start converting them over to the hybrid, you can have 3 of them on a pay-per lead model, which generates enough. And as you start to generate an income and this grows for your business, then obviously you can get additional. Inside the system, you've got unlimited phone calls. So it connects you to Twilio. You can have unlimited phone numbers with unlimited phone calls. Okay, and there's no limits at all on that. We've also got a drag and drop form builder, which everything's managed inside of Lead Simplify. So what you do is you create one form for, say, the plumbing industry, click a button to duplicate it, and then you just copy a bit of code and paste it onto any website anywhere in the world. So it doesn't matter if you're using HTML, it doesn't matter if you're using Wix, it doesn't matter if you're using WordPress or any of those different types of networks. You can use this form anywhere in the world. But the great thing is you see every single lead that goes through the whole system inside of your system. So you can track everything from one central platform. And then what happens is they also get distributed out to all of your customers. And if your customer stops being a rank and rent customer, then they automatically notify via the forms every single person that covers that area. So if a plumber joins and says, I cover Miami with a 30-mile radius, which is probably about average for a plumber, then you've got another plumber 7 or 8 miles away with a different site who's got the same setup. You end up with people covering lots and lots and lots of different little circles all over, and they all kind of receive leads just based on their own criteria. So I'm a plumber, I do boiler repairs, I do boiler inspections, I do underfloor heating, I do heating systems, whatever it is that they cover. You add all of those niches inside your system, and everybody will see jobs exactly specifically for what they want, not for anything else. Unlimited leads. That means you can have 1,000 million leads a month go through your system if you want. That'll never cost you any additional money. Unlimited prospects. Okay, this is probably one of the best things we've got inside of our system for people looking to prospect. So basically, you can set your phone number up if you've not got anybody in the local area and you don't really want to pick up the phone and go out and finding people. What your system can automatically do, say you build a plumbing site in Los Angeles, and a phone call comes into that system, your system will go out and automatically ring up to 20 local plumbers, drag all their information into your system, ring them all simultaneously, and then when they answer, it'll say, hi, we've got a lead from such and such lead company. If you're interested. Patrick, are you moving house there, mate?
Yeah, the dog is moving here.
So what will happen is it will automatically bring in up to 20 customers into your system, and it will offer them a free lead to start them off with. So it does automatic prospecting for you, and the same with your form system. If you've got a little button at the bottom that says prospect, as soon as a lead comes in an area, and I can show you how this works shortly, it will automatically pull in your lead buyers just at the click of a button, and then you've got a load of prospects surrounding that business within a 10-mile radius. Up to 20, I think it pulls in for you. You can have unlimited prospects, unlimited emails, and unlimited SMSs inside your system. You connect that to your Twilio account and obviously your SMTP, and then you've got an email marketing system and an SMS marketing system built inside of your system. Now, this is not an autoresponder, but it does work with every person that's ever had contact with your system, so you can do special offers and stuff like that. And then you've got full call center capabilities. So your call center capabilities means you've got call recording, call scheduling, call distribution, call tracking, all the other stuff that you get inside of that is all included inside there. Now, the offer that we're doing today is just $19.99 a month. That's the total cost, and the form is on the link is on the system. It's webinar.deals/Patrick, and you can get this today. In addition to that, we're going to give you some free stuff as well. So if you buy today on the webinar, we're going to give you some free stuff. First thing we're going to give you, which will help any of the newer people joining in, is PDF download of the best converting headlines. Okay, this is worth $97, and what we do with this is this enables you, if you don't want to pick up the phone and you want to start writing out to these people and you want to get the emails opened, then this will help you convert lead buyers without actually picking up the phone and speaking to them. In addition to that goes in tandem, onboarding email templates that we use in our lead generation business. So there's not like 50 or 100 of these. What we've done is we've put the best templates that we use that convert the best when we're writing emails to onboard lead buyers or contractors or whatever it is, and they're all inside of the system there for you. So we're going to put these inside of your system if you join us today. In addition to that, we're going to give you Facebook Quick Starts ads training. Now, the reason we've done this is actually our most successful customers don't really use websites much. Okay, so you'll think, oh, it's just gone through all this today. Our most successful customers tend to generate the most leads using PPC, right? But the problem you've got is you have to build up a network of lead buyers first. So you have to start rank and rent. Don't try and run before you can walk. Don't say, I want to turn around and I want to buy, I want the PPC ads and I want the Facebook, just run it through Facebook ads, because you've got to build up a network of lead buyers or rank and rent people who will then turn into lead buyers for you. So you have to build the business first. It has to grow. It's not one of those businesses where you can turn around and say, I'm going to get rich quick today. I'm not worried about anything else. I'll just use the ads, and because you're going to struggle to find lead buyers, you're going to spend a lot of money, you're going to lose a lot of money. But once you understand that and you've got a network of 10 or 20 people in an area, you can then start targeting them using the Facebook Quick Start ad training or your Google AdWords, and you will generate much more income because you can switch the tap on and off as you please. Okay, so it's a great strategy. I'll stop talking about it now, but it's a really great upgrade. That's going to be inside your system if you do buy on here today. Also, there's got lead buyer onboarding training not available anywhere else on the planet, which is what I've done for you specifically. That's in there that goes through exactly how to onboard your lead buyers. And 10 million USA business records with contact details. Now, this was purchased for $5,000, and all of the contact information and everything in there. Now, if you do decide it's not for you and you come in there, then all of this stuff that's on here, plus the free training course, we're going to let you keep. So it's no problem at all. If you jump in here today and you decide in a couple of weeks' time, this is not for me, or it is. But what we're going to do next week is we've got a Facebook Live on Thursday because I think Patrick's going to run this till Sunday. Is that right, Patrick?
Yes.
Okay, I'm pretty sure he's going to run it. Yep, cool. I'm pretty sure he's going to run it till next Sunday anyway. So once it's run till Sunday, next Thursday, I've just come off a live before coming on here, 5 minutes before, 10 minutes before. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through with you guys on there. If you come and join the live, I'll go through and take you through exactly how to set up perfectly for the hybrid lead generation business model inside of our system. So how to set up your lead buyers and how to set up your contractors and everything else. So today you're going to get Lead Simplify webinar only deal, PDF download of the best converting headlines, onboarding email templates we use in our lead generation business, Facebook quick start ads training, lead buyer onboarding training, not available anywhere else on the planet, and 10 million business records. These are all going to be in the help section inside of your system if you buy it today. Also, your Lead Simplify system, you're going to get 4 user logins. That's a total of 4 user logins, meaning yourself and up to 3 hybrid. But don't forget, you can have as many people in your call center as you want. So the call tracker is completely unlimited. It's only the hybrid side that's limited to 4 logins. So you've got unlimited calls, unlimited forms, unlimited leads, prospects, emails, SMS, email marketing system, SMS marketing system, and full call center capabilities all inside there. This business has been designed over the last few years to enable businesses to, it's for rank and rent, it's for paper lead, it's for people using external staff, subcontractors and stuff like that. This system's been designed for that, so every point of contact on the web page is getting to the point where it's covered. At the minute, whilst we're speaking right now, my development team are working on an invoicing system that's going to go into this system, which will be given to you guys completely free of charge. And what the invoicing system is going to enable you to do is do prepay. So you can set up a customer and say, right, you pay $400 a month up front. That adds $400 worth of lead credits to your system, and we'll rebuild you every month, and it'll automatically add it up for you. In addition to that, it's also going to give you post pay. So when you get your trusted customers that you really like, or if you work in like the solicitors industry, sorry, I've just said solicitors again. I'm pretty sure it's lawyers in the States. Solicitors is something else. But if you work in the lawyers industry, they don't like to pay for leads up front. But you can set them up with like what's called a contract, and they can post pay, and the system will automate everything for you. Send out the invoices, check it. If the invoices inside your invoice system has not been paid on time, you go over and you flick the switch on their setup, and that switch enables, well, it's 2 switches. Flick the 2 switches on their website, and that enables their website to be converted from a rank and rent website straight over to a pay per lead model, and they'll start receiving their own leads, but they'll have to pay for them. Okay, which will very quickly get them paying the bills. If they start seeing some big jobs coming in, they'll think, oh my God, and they'll jump in and start paying the bills. Plus today, we've got a free gift for you. I went through at the beginning, which is your training course. It's going to cover how to choose your niche and choosing your locations. It also goes through the structuring your site, so the correct site framework to how to set it all up. This is not designed for real early beginners, but I've got loads and loads of training on my Facebook channel, which is, my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Mike Martin YouTube, that goes through all of the beginning and everything for you. But this then the site framework and how to build a site from scratch. On-page and off-page SEO is covered in there, GMB tricks and how to get GMBs, some really cool ways, and then why Lead Simplify. We've gone through a little bit of that today. You'll understand more once you get inside, and then spread like a wave. So basically, if you imagine a tsunami hits the shores, the way it spreads and takes over everything, that's how we spread our business, because then it's designed so that the second one of our rank and rent customers disappear, we have other businesses local to that will take the leads via a pay per lead model, and we don't want to rent it back out. We want to start growing that, outsourcing yourself so you don't need to work for your own self company, and then sell, retire, or rinse and repeat, guys. Just keep rinsing and repeating the model. The model works so well, but what you're going to do is just target one individual business first. I